Series. The tradition continues.
But because we don't exactly have any build toward these Survivor Series matches taking place tonight, that's all we can literally say about it. Dramatic wind noises. Also, while I'm amazed that John Cena returned from a herniated disc injury so quickly, I am throwing in 10 sins because he absolutely did not deserve to be automatically granted a World Heavyweight Championship match against Chris Jericho. He wasn't even feuding with Chris when the injury happened. Would make more sense to go after Dave Bautista, who caused the injury in the first place.
This could be...
Flashbacks of John Cena's life and career as if this is his one and only chance to become champion or risk the end of his career. We're going a little overboard with this if you ask me.
Jeff Hardy was found unconscious this morning.
While I understand that the Jeff Hardy found unconscious in a stairwell thing was to set up his WrestleMania feud with Matt Hardy, it was honestly frustrating to have to take him out of the WWE Championship match tonight, because the attack and ceases like it never happened for 2 whole months before reappearing. Hell, Jeff has time to actually become WWE Champion too, so what was the point of this?
It is still questionable if Jeff Hardy will compete.
I mean, if Jeff Hardy was released from the hospital, wouldn't he at least show up in the arena to provide an update on his condition?
You think JBL has his entire team in that limo?
I highly doubt it. JBL knows Kane likes to set things on fire, and it wouldn't be the first time WWE blew up a limousine either.
He'd love to be the
I seriously hope that was a planted fan, because if that fan legitimately got ejected from the arena for patting JBL, that'd be bullshit. It's not like you tried to tackle him or anything. Also, if JBL doesn't like being touched by the fans, why not have his limo parked just a little bit more to the right so that he wouldn't be scrunched in between the limo and the fans?
Hey, he's gonna get more than touched in this match.
All of a sudden, I got a bad feeling with what Jerry Lawler means by more than getting touched. JBL may want to get back in his limo and speed away. MVP went from having his catchy set of pyrotechnics to literally stealing Kane's, who's also a member of this team. So MVP may want to watch his back. After all, Kane literally burned at one time.
Kane's 11th appearance. He survived them all.
Even though Kane lost in 2002 in the inaugural Elimination Chamber match, as well as lost when Team SmackDown defeated Team Raw in 2005, but sure, let's just say Kane survived all 11 of his Survivor Series appearances. Unless Jim Ross meant Kane literally survived without legitimately dying.
It's like which commentator talks.
I won't lie, the idea of having literally all 6 commentators call the Survivor Series match due to the fact that all 3 brands are present could get irritating. I would have just picked one from each brand to call this match if I'm being perfectly honest.
High-low.
Rey Mysterio previously had no tag team experience with either Shad Gaspard or JTG, so it was actually impressive to see him in perfect sync with JTG and the improvised double team action right there. Good start so far.
Hey, JR, these... Oh! There he is, a pinfall!
JTG's teammates are absolute dicks, including his own tag team partner. They saw that MVP hit his signature drive-by kick and didn't once think to save the elimination for their team.
Match can go!
I was about to place the same sin for MVP's team as I did for JTG's. However, I believe the reason MVP's team didn't try to save him is because they warned him that the Great Khali was right behind him and he refused to listen. So the sin goes for MVP taking his eye off the ball. Also, wrestlers get eliminated quickly one after the other, cliche. But don't worry, it gets much worse later on in the show.
King Kong squared off with Godzilla!
This is surprisingly not the first time Jerry Lawler made a Godzilla vs. King Kong reference when it came to the Great Khali squaring off with the likes of Kane, The Big Show, Mark Henry, etc.
Ray's gonna blow!
That was a cool callback to the old days of Andre the Giant doing that type of teamwork with Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and well executed too.
I'm waiting for your Bruce Springsteen reference.
And I'm actually waiting for you guys to stop making so many cringe references while the match is in progress.
Head turn and look out! I'm Gaspar!
At least try and save your partners when they're in danger of elimination. Why is it at Survivor Series nobody gives a shit about each other, but in other tag team matches they do?
By being disqualified in this...
Boy, that was an awkward moment. John Morrison raises a hand to invite JBL to tag him in. JBL holds his own hand out for anyone to tag him in, and The Miz, who wasn't even interested at first, ends up being the one tagged in. Also, what are the odds that John Morrison did not tap JBL's back because he would end up getting ejected like that fan did earlier for doing the same thing?
This match about prestige and money.
Prestige indeed. Who here remembers Shawn Michaels and his random teammates being survivors at this event? No one? What? I thought prestige and money was on the line. Wait, money was on the line? Who makes up these rules?
Oh, Shawn Michaels!
Heartbreak, right infringement. Unfortunately, The Miz did not flip forward in time when Rey Mysterio swung for the Hurricane Rana. He almost forgot what he was doing. So, JBL, who knows how deadly the 619 is, isn't going to attempt to save The Miz from elimination? What an asshole. Fans chanting, "You can't wrestle" to anyone is disrespectful, but to say that to frickin' JBL of all people, a guy who's been in many epic matches and was the longest reigning WWE champion of SmackDown history, can't wrestle? That's where they're wrong entirely. 5-sin penalty for that chant.
Well with Ron Simmons.
Watch your mouth, Ray. This is a PG environment.
Morrison going for speed.
John Morrison attempting to infringe more copyright against Shawn Michaels, only to fall victim to sweet chin music, was a great way to end this otherwise boring Survivor Series match.
A very big night for Vladimir Kozlov.
Vladimir Kozlov.
SmackDown versus Raw Divas.
WWE temporarily bringing back the brand war between Raw and SmackDown, but choosing to do it on a Divas match that we already know is going to suck long before the event even started.
The first ever Divas champion.
Well, technically at this time, Michelle McCool is the only Divas champion, as we're still in her first reign. We can start the phrase first ever once she loses it, as that phrase also means there are others who've won the title. Maryse is a dick to SmackDown by ripping off her SmackDown top. While I know it's what she does in her entrance, the sin still stands. Then again, the entire team also does it, so I guess that bad luck contributed to their loss.
WWE Women's
Santino Marella and his creepy obsession with biting Beth Phoenix's bicep, who's had enough of his shit by this point and still allows him to tag along for the ride.
Mickey.
While SmackDown's women tear off their brand shirt, Raw's women simply takes it off by keeping the logo intact, probably foreshadowing their win through good luck charms.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, maybe except for Kelly.
Same page. That's a sterling.
Survivor Series team has dissension because of ongoing feuds cliche, and while it's one of the things that make this type of match unique, a cliche is still a sin.
Yes. Chance.
Gotta admit, this was cool to see. Beth Phoenix realized she got tagged out, was a little confused and upset, but then dealt with it by helping Kelly take advantage of Maria Kanellis. SmackDown's all beat up and Raw's all focused. Might explain why SmackDown never beat Raw in later brand wars at this event. Oops. Maryse eliminates Kelly while copping a feel at the same time, raising my eyebrow at Maryse's intentions here.
He's hanging in there, though.
Michael Cole and his never-ending errors of referring to Maryse as Maurice. Surprised it took over a year before someone corrected him on that.
I tried that in the shower this morning.
Thanks, Jim Ross. Now you gave me that weird image of you attempting to get out of a bridge pinfall in a shower. Gross.
Overachiever.
Even if Maria missed Mickie James and accidentally whacked Michelle McCool in her attempt to save the match for her team, she's literally the only wrestler this entire night that actually gave a shit about her team and wanted to save the match. Well done.
For 3. Oh, well.
It's Mickie James' own fault that she got eliminated by Maryse right here, considering she goes to Beth Phoenix the tower to get back into the corner. Why would you do that? Just let the referee deal with Beth while you deal with Maryse in the ring.
Maryse got him. Oh, it
Mickie's shoulder came off the mat several times before the 3 count was completed, yet the referee ignored it and eliminated Mickie because he's an asshole.
I like redheads.
Candice Michelle was already tapping out when Natalya turned her over for the sharpshooter, yet the referee ignored it and allowed Candice to be in more pain because he's an asshole.
Wicked. Look at that northern. Nice.
A simple Northern Lights suplex was somehow enough to knock out Maria Kanellis and eliminate her from the match. Why is it so easy for women to defeat each other in 2008? I once saw a match end from a simple suplex with no added theatrics.
When I first heard, I initially thought the worst.
What I will give credit for is you can't even tell that Matt Hardy is covering up the fact that he's the one who attacked his brother. We know now, obviously, given how much time has passed, but kudos to him on the great acting. I bet originally The Undertaker was going to be in the casket as a way to enter the arena for this match, but then decided against it because the referees would see him inside a casket and automatically declare the Big Show the winner of the casket match. That's awkward to see the entrance of The Undertaker's Druids followed by the entrance of the Big Show instead of the dead man himself.
Had No Mercy a couple of months ago.
No Mercy was actually last month, not in September. An obvious punch that did not connect with the Big Show's face. Considering The Undertaker is supernatural, no shocker that he probably has control over devastating punches through the air. It's funny and sometimes sad to see the ECW announce table always used as the substitute for the Spanish announce table since all 3 brands have their respective announce tables at ringside. The days without the Spanish announce table were sad ones indeed. Also, what's awkward is Todd Grisham works as both an interviewer and a commentator during this time, so Matt Striker is always left alone watching the show with his mic off when he's done calling the action. And if he's done calling the action, why doesn't he also just leave? Oh, I love you, Raw announce table.
In that chair.
The Big Show is addicted to furniture. That was a nice chair. I could have used that for my office, asshole. The Undertaker must be using supernatural abilities the entire match because that monitor was nowhere near the Big Show, yet it somehow dazed him. Alright, that was cool. We don't normally see The Undertaker jump for a massive leg drop these days, so to see him put the Big Show through a table with that was fun.
Big Show. Look at that. Oh.
It's tough to think whether that was a regular suplex because Big Show is standing on the ring canvas or a superplex because Undertaker's on the top rope. I spent several minutes thinking about that and ended up writing the sin instead. The Big Show could have easily won the match right here, but it's his stupidity of not realizing he's the one who's supposed to close the casket to win that caused him to lose. Also, why can't the referees close the casket? They'll gladly abide by your instruction to open the casket, but they refuse to close it? Maybe it's not stupidity on Big Show's part, but mere confusion. Much as it's a good strategy to prevent the lid from closing, it's also dangerous on The Undertaker's part, because Big Show could keep the lid closed while he does damage to the exposed leg, potentially breaking it. Big Show must be fun at funerals if that's his attitude toward caskets, and why blame the casket for nearly costing him the win? Also, with a destroyed casket, how is either of these wrestlers supposed to win the match? Did Big Show think destroying the casket would lead to a no contest or something? While unrelated to this match, this Jeff Please Stay Clean sign just reminds me of how bad I feel for Jeff Hardy and his real life issues. So thanks for making me sad, asshole, with the sign. What? Wait, The Undertaker had a second casket in tow the entire time? Just on the very case that Big Show would throw a tantrum and destroy the first one? The Big Show is such an idiot. Not only does he close the casket before throwing Undertaker into it instead of leaving it open for him to fall into it, but he also gave Undertaker the idea on how to win the match as well. Dumb as Big Show was to blow his opportunity earlier, this has got to be the most creative way to win a casket match that I've ever seen. Match was okay, but that awesome ending was spectacular. The gobbledygooker.
Oh my gosh!
Anytime the Boogeyman is making an appearance, it's a win. All he's got to do is appear with the worms, say his catchphrase, and he instantly gets his in remover.
And we are not going to lose.
Randy Orton just foreshadowed exactly how the match turns out by looking directly at Cody Rhodes the moment he says they're not going to lose, with all eyes away from the rest of his team. R-Truth with a microphone ready to rap his theme song, but he doesn't even sing until the song gets to the what's up part. This is awkward. Oh, my kill switch. I'll take off another sin because it was hilarious to see Matt Hardy almost whack CM Punk in the face with his version 1 taunt, as well as CM Punk's funny reaction to almost getting whacked. While I get that Cody Rhodes is on Team Orton, why isn't Manu also competing? He's even dressed in his gear, ready to compete. Randy Orton is a dick to his own legacy team. Alright, there are too many people talking. See, this is why you don't have all the commentators in one place talking at once, especially when ring introductions are in progress. William Regal is both the King of the Ring and the Intercontinental Champion simultaneously, yet he was literally eliminated from the Survivor Series match in 10 seconds. Way to disrespect your great talent, Vince McMahon.
Last year, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, DX, and CM Punk.
That was actually in 2006, not 2007.
Throw the shoe! Oh.
When Layla threw her shoe at CM Punk, shouldn't that have caused a disqualification for Shelton Benjamin, as outside interference attacked a competitor of a match? And disqualifications count in this match too.
And here comes the Cody Rhodes.
Please don't tell me Michael Cole is testing out a potential name change for Cody Rhodes to become known as The Cody Rhodes. We've already got that for The Brian Kendrick.
R-Truth making a quick killings with his words.
Ha ha, fuck you. It's because his real name is Ron Killens. Matt Strecker's trying too hard to be entertaining with his references, and it's not working whatsoever. Mark Henry attempted to pin Matt Hardy on the ring apron is making me cringe so hard that my face hurts. This is embarrassing to watch sometimes.
Not often do you see Shelton Benjamin off back.
Great captaining by Dave Batista. R-Truth yells what's up to the audience, and Dave yells at him to stay focused on Shelton Benjamin. Strange that the DDT with assistance of the second rope finishes off Kofi Kingston, but never finishes off anyone before or after this match. Guess it shows less of the impact of the move and more on how low Kofi's stamina is. Ouch. Remember how earlier I said that I once saw a women's match end with a simple suplex with no added theatrics? Well, now we can add a male getting defeated with a simple DDT with no added theatrics. I'm starting to think Survivor Series makes everyone weak since they're getting eliminated so easily. Everyone from Team Orton saw that Mark Henry was in trouble of getting eliminated and did nothing to save him. Jesus, everyone hates everyone at Survivor Series. Who are you, Goldberg? Dave Batista takes inspiration from Edge's style of rated R pinning in his attempt to eliminate Cody Rhodes. Getting kinky here.
Jeff Hardy found unconscious at his hospital.
Wait, what? I thought Jeff Hardy was found unconscious in his hotel. Now JR is saying it happened at the hospital? What's next? It happened at the local Red Lobster?
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Jeff Hardy is not involved in this match anymore, yet everything about the build-up was about him getting into the title match with Triple H and Vladimir Kozlov, which in turn makes this match awkward as the WWE Champion is in the backseat of this build-up. You can actually see the visible confusion from the audience who were expecting Jeff Hardy to be present for this match as well. Remember, the fans can't hear the commentators, so they were never told about the official announcement regarding Jeff's status, only the rumors. The match has already started, and so are the boring chants. See what happens when you make a stupid booking decision that merely delays Jeff Hardy's inevitable WWE title win?
Nothing fancy about this.
Even Jim Ross is not happy with the result of the decision to take out Jeff Hardy from the match. There indeed is nothing fancy about this WWE title match, and that's a big shame. It's always annoying when Hunter does that, but Vladimir Kozlov didn't even toss him that hard into the corner. I'm continuing to roll my eyes at this match to the point where I'm getting dizzy again.
Russia.
You know it's bad when fans are chanting for the TNA promotion at a WWE event during their top world title match at their second biggest pay-per-view. Another example of why this match between Triple H and Vladimir Kozlov is so bad is because the majority of it is Vladimir wearing down Hunter with bear hugs, hardly moving at all. There's like no momentum going on here. I won't lie, even before the music hit, you can already tell it's Edge and not Jeff Hardy. Perhaps that's the reason why everyone was getting so excited, because nobody could actually fall for Vicky Guerrero being honest about Jeff Hardy's arrival. She is a villain after all.
You think you know me?
Anytime Edge returns and you hear "You Think You Know Me" followed by an insane pop from the audience, it sends chills down your spine. Every single time. Honestly, since Jeff Hardy was originally supposed to be the third participant in a triple threat match, shouldn't he legally be allowed to be in this match right now? After all, he made it to the arena despite the attack, so let's go! Although I gotta take off a sin because despite the terrible way of booking Jeff Hardy tonight, this attack on Edge made everyone believe he's the culprit behind the mysterious assault, taking out any potential suspicion of Matt Hardy. Fantastic distraction.
Watch out! Edge is coming again!
Since Edge pinned Hunter due to Jeff's accidental chair shot not aimed at the ladder, technically this activates the victory due to outside interference sin. Also, as a result of this win, literally both new world champions tonight came from wrestlers who didn't even earn a spot in a title match after everything they went through at SummerSlam. I'm surprised Edge is even hanging out with Vicky Guerrero despite her forcing him to face The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell, not to mention applauding Undertaker sending him to literal hell after the match itself ended.
Will not have a happy ending.
Even before the World Heavyweight title match takes place, you just know John Cena is going to win, because why would they randomly have him return from injury in his hometown all just to lose? The happy ending is inevitable and made the show very predictable. Big shame. WWE is literally replaying the opening video package shown for Survivor Series when the show went on the air. 50 seconds of waiting for John Cena's music to hit. I would have honestly laughed and removed 3 sins if John Cena rolled into the ring and accidentally knocked out Mike Chioda just before the match begins, so we'd have an unconscious referee at the start of a match, which would be a first. It takes nearly 2 minutes for Chris Jericho and John Cena to even lock up in this main event. It's cool that John's back, but it's game time. Let's get going.
Cena must win by pinfall or submission.
John Cena takes his usual 15-minute beatdown, then returns with the Superman comeback cliche. Yep, that's a cliche.
Jericho predicted.
This is hilarious and awkward at the same time, as Chris Jericho is trying to rip off the barricade exposing the steel, and it's too strong for him to pull off, so he gives up.
I believe I can fly.
The full wall is locked in.
I wouldn't necessarily refer to that as the full walls of Jericho, given that's just the Boston Crab position. To me, the full walls of Jericho has always been the Lion Tamer, given it's the most deadly form of the walls.
Well placed elbow. And for Chris Jericho.
See, this is why I like Chris Jericho. He's taken quite a lot of punishment, but doesn't just magically regain all his strength back, all because he hit a finisher like a lot of wrestlers do today. Slowly crawls to the cover because he's been depleted of energy. That's how you sell the proper way in pro wrestling. Much as he didn't deserve to compete for the world title tonight, you can't deny the energy from the crowd every time John Cena gets the win. And Boston is close to his hometown, so that made it even better. Just wish the booking was done better, but here you go.